Okay, do you believe that Satan can perform signs and miracles?
Yes, yes, Satan has the power. Or let me not just say he has the power. Satan can mimic the circumstances for signs and miracles to happen. And that's why those signs and miracles are not authentic. You've not seen situations where people were prayed for, they stood up, walk, and they never walked again.
I never seen such. And to answer or to counter what you said, I don't believe that there's anything the devil or like anybody can. I believe that devil can perform signs.
Yes, he can perform some of these signs.
If devil can perform signs, that is my opinion. If devil can perform signs, that means we shouldn't believe all the miracles.
That is what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make here is that the miracles or the acclaimed miracles that we are performed through the power of devil does not last. It is not sustainable. That is why I gave you the situation of somebody who stood up, walked, and it was not sustained, and got home and became crippled the way he was.
It's like not the person's house and more like story.
I've heard the story.
You see that's not the problem. Like what thing people keep hearing stories. They have never seen anybody with proof that this is what happened, and they can tell the person to use their house and say,
okay, but I have an unverified story I heard.
Unverified?
Yes, unverified. Let me now put it the way that you will understand. Being unverified, human reasoning, it can work. That a certain pastor came for crusade, and somebody who has been on oxygen was able to remove the oxygen for some minutes, came out and said, praise God, and after everything, the person went back and later died. Somebody who has been on life support, depending on the circumstances, and sometimes because sometimes these men of God, we want to encourage you to use faith, to act based on faith. They may act based on faith, but miracle never happened.
Okay.
But the point I'm making here is that some of these miracles, when you talk of stage miracles, some people may be having those problems, but we understand that medically these people can be able to do this at this particular moment. So once it's not sustainable, it's not a miracle. But to people who saw that line, that first line as what you just rightly said, could also believe that it's miracle. So what Satan does is that Satan uses manipulations to perform what seems like miracle, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't be sustained.
All right, that is a very valid contribution from Mr. Franklin. Let's quickly look at the dangers of these fake prophecies and false accusation on innocent persons in the society. Let's also look at the havoc it has caused to so many families and relationships. Prophecy has created a kind of crack in so many homes. Many family has split because of fake prophecy. A pastor or a prophet telling you that your wife is the one causing financial bad luck to you, or your husband is the one, and vice versa. So what do you have to say about that?
That has been a very big problem, because I've seen somebody that is splitted. It nearly tore their family apart. And what happened? The mother, the aunt had a prophet or a prayer person who told her that the sister was the cause of her children not getting married. The thing nearly tore the family apart. But I used to watch one popular pastor in Nigeria then, of blessed memory. For the few times I watched him on television, I saw him talk about spiritual husband. So, and at the point I asked myself, why is it that every miracle that this man performs is spiritual husband? So for me, it raised the point of concern to me that, it means that this looks like a rehearsed prayer and prophecy, spiritual husband. So it has cost a lot. I've heard of stories where children wake up to tell their mothers that their mothers are the cause of their problems. The mother that sold her wrapper to send them to school did everything, and in fact, I know of a woman who died at an old age, being neglected by her only child, her only surviving child, because of issues. The issue could be as a result of this prophecy. But what I'm trying to say is that these have actually caused a lot of problem, and these problems that we are seeing, does not just end there. It goes beyond that generation. Like it goes from first generation to second generation, because that will become a tug of war, as in the families become tug of war. Like let's say my father is seeing my grandmother as a this thing, and let's say my uncle is supporting my grandmother. You understand? If my uncle is supporting my grandmother, now my cousin is having issues with me, and my own children will be having issues with their own children. Before you know, the family splits, and
Like a cascade effect.
yes, it has ripple effect, and who knows where that can lead families. So it's a very big issue.
Yeah. And then if you ask me, I'll tell you that see, this issue of fake prophecy have caused deaths. It has caused many deaths. Do you know why? Well, for example, when a pastor stages a miracle, maybe that someone was having what do you call fibroid, and then the fibroid just kind of kind of disappeared. You know what I mean now? And then again, there's another person that is having chronic fibroid also. Someone that has fibroid. Like the person may not want to go and seek medical attention. Person may be like, okay, since God was able to heal this my brother through this pastor, why don't I continue praying? Continue fasting to know if I can actually get my own my own miracle. And then the person dies from that. You see?
Many women have lost their lives. Maybe the doctor will tell them you cannot give birth through normal delivery, you have to go through CS, and they'll be like, I want to be like the Hebrew women. And that my pastor said I shouldn't do this, my pastor said I should do this, and that might have led to their death.
I've experienced one. This one is not a hearsay. I've experienced it. Understand? Someone that was, someone that was supposed to do CS. They are no longer strong enough to give birth to this child naturally. Why don't you do what this like the doctor is kind of training you to do? That like my pastor said, just like you said now. And then this woman gave birth through normal distance, and then the baby came out dead. That's what I mean now. And not even dead, the baby did not even come out dead. The baby died inside the womb. And then for them to remove the baby, and they have to do the same operation now to remove not a live child now, but what a dead child. You see? So all these things, all these promises of God have promised, when medical doctors have told you this is obtainable, this is not obtainable. So people will say, no, my pastor is like my doctor doesn't know what he's saying.